Yogi, I'm Jade. Today we're going to be working on a gentle, soft, subtle flow to help draw a little bit of energy, rejuvenating, positive energy into your spine. So we're going to draw some length into the spine as well as relieve some tensions maybe that you're holding in the lower back as well as the upper back. We will be working on just a little soft, gentle opening of the heart as well as some strengthening in the core and the lower back as well. Make sure that you have a soft area to work out on. Maybe if you'd like to grab a prop to help you if you notice a lot of tension in these areas. So grab your goodies if you're going to use something, and I will meet you on your mat. Let's begin today's class in a Vajrasana pose. So we're going to be kneeling, sitting back either on our heels with our knees in front of us, or you can sit on top of your prop. So pillow, roll-up blanket, or if you have blocks. What you're going to do is you're going to bring that prop between your feet and make sure your knees are hip distance apart, so in line with your hip bones. And then you're just going to place that prop right underneath your sit bones, okay? If you notice any tension in the knees today, go ahead and elevate yourself up a little bit further, okay? So go ahead and settle yourself. Make sure that you're sitting evenly on this prop if you're on a prop or on the floor, wherever you are. Make sure you're balanced. And then you want to reach through the spine, so drawing length and space all the way up through the crown of your head, which is going to be the back of the head here on the top. Okay, so go ahead and place your hands just on top of your thighs. Toes are pointed back here. So draw a deep inhale through your nose. See if you can grow taller through the crown of the head. And then exhale, let your shoulders just drop away from your ears here. Inhale again. Notice if your ribs want to pull forward here. Just allow them to zip in towards the body. Just noticing your breath as it moves through you. Is your breath shallow today? Is it nice and strong? Very deep, full breath. And see if you can draw that deep breath in towards your belly here. So notice your belly expand. And then exhale. This time what I want you to do is see if you can draw your navel up in towards your spine here. Okay, so pulling your navel up and in, activating the core. Inhale again. Let's lift the shoulders up and then just pull the shoulders back. Elbows are pointed back here. Soft hands on the thighs. Make sure you have space within the neck here. Just noticing the breath, drawing your attention to you and only you, letting go of anything else that doesn't serve you. So anything, a to-do list, anything from the past, thinking about the past events, just let that go right now. Just focus on your breath, focus on your body, notice your stance, notice how you feel within this pose. Maybe you're picking up on sounds around you. It's okay to hear them, notice them. Just see if you can let them pass away from you. Just again, drawing your awareness to your body, to your breath, moving through you. Those checkpoints, make sure your shoulders are down. And on your next inhale, we're gonna just very slowly draw your hands in towards your body and then just reach them up past the ears, up towards the sky here. Notice if, as you reach up, maybe your body wants to bend back here. See if you can pull the ribs back in. And if your hands don't want to stay up towards the sky and they want to reach forward, that's fine. Allow that to happen, just noticing. Breathe and reaching through the side body. So think of growing long, reaching the fingertips away from the body. And then exhale. Draw Draw the breath in again. And let's bring the elbows out to the side to cactus. Palms are going to be facing forward. Just staying here again, keeping the ribs pulling in towards the body, the core active here. And then reach it up again. Inhale, nice and soft, nice and slow, just moving with your breath. Again, if your hands are coming a little more forward, that's fine. And then as you exhale, let's just draw the elbows out to the side again. So think of broadening through the collarbone here. And then inhale, reach the hands away again. This time what we're going to do is exhale very slowly, draw the elbows down all the way down to the back of your ribs now. And then we're going to release the hands down and see if you can just bring the palms back. So straightening the arms, we're just going to reach back just a little bit. Again, trying to keep the ribs pulling into the body, core nice and strong. We're not going to arch here. We're just going to keep the spine nice and long. Just reaching the arms back a little bit. Stay here, inhale and exhale, nice and slow. And see if you can reach the arms back a little bit further. Inhale to grow tall, reach a little bit closer towards the ground, pull the shoulders down, and as you exhale, pull that navel up and in, and see if you can go back a little further. So stay long in the neck. The head right over top of your heart right over top of your tailbone here. And then see if you can draw your tailbone down just a little bit. So notice your core pulling in just a little. Soften the legs here, keep pressing the top of your shins into the earth. And then maybe you can reach the arms back and reach for each elbow here. So you can do that, or you can go ahead and clasp the hands behind you and then draw the upper arms in towards each other. So we're really opening up the shoulders here back and then also pulling them down. Okay, so even if you're grabbing your elbows, it's the same thing. Your next inhale, you're gonna reach up through the crown of the head again. And then exhale, see if you can pull your arms a little bit away from the body. Just noticing if it's just feeling a little too intense for you today. That's okay, just back off a little bit. Yoga is not about going as far as you can into a pose. It's about working with your body. It's about each movement towards the goal. It's about the journey, the path, the experience, that moment. Noticing your body where it's at. Your next inhale, let's release the hands, and then we're just gonna fly them forward and reach up towards the sky. Remember to keep the core drawing in, keep the ribs pulling into the body, the shoulders softening down. And this time what we're gonna do is use your core to just turn a little bit towards the left. Okay, so just a little subtle twist here to your left side. Go ahead and release your left hand all the way down either to your prop or to the floor here, fingertips. And then we're gonna reach up over towards the back left corner of your mat with your right arm. So we're lengthening through the right side and we're creating space all the way up that left side. Draw that left shoulder back as you reach up with the right arm, okay? So we're not dumping into that left side. We want to remain spacious within the left body, even though we're really reaching up with that right arm. And then bring that left arm right back up. Let's come back to neutral, facing forward. And then let's do the same thing. We're going to twist subtly towards the right side. Release that right arm down behind you. Again, pull that shoulder back and then reach towards the right corner of the back of your mat. Noticing the breath moving through your body right now in this little twist. How does this feel to you? If it feels a little too intense, back off just a little bit. Listen to your body. Your next inhale, let's reach that right arm up. And then fly the arms just out to the side and all the way down. All right, so let's go ahead and remove of your prop if you're using a prop. Okay, so let's come into a tabletop pose. What we're going to do is draw your fingertips nice and wide here. Bring your hands just underneath your shoulders and then walk your knees so they're underneath your hip bones here, okay? Take a deep breath in and exhale. And let's draw the shoulders down. Zip the ribs in towards the body here again. So make sure that we're not dipping. And then what we want to do is find that sensation of grounding here. So pressing into the hands here and then lifting up through the arms. So we're not just dipping and dumping into our hands, okay? We want to find space. And then what we're going to do is drop the belly down towards the floor here, rounding the spine, lifting the tailbone up towards the sky, and then shine the heart forward here. Just gazing just in front of you a little bit, so we're not going to look up. It's going to put too much pressure in the neck. And then let's exhale, begin to roll the tailbone very slowly all the way up the spine. We're going to lift the spine up towards the sky, and then draw the head down. Bring the chin towards the chest here. Pulling the navel up and in nice and strong here, and lift through the arms. And let's come right back to our cow pose. So again, belly pulls down, roll the shoulders back, shine the heart forward, and exhale, roll the spine up towards the sky. Find that length in the arms, pressing the top of the feet into the mat here. Again, inhale, pull your heart forward. And one last time, let's exhale, around the spine. Let the head be heavy here. And then let's come back to our neutral spine here. This time, let's curl the toes under, sink the hips back towards the top of the heels. So we're just going to stretch out your feet just a little bit, press into the palms. And then begin to press strong into the palms as we lift the hips up towards the sky. Keep the knees bent here. So we're going to keep the arms lifting out of your hands. Breathe, find that space in the arms. Exhale, begin to push into the hands just a little bit further, lifting the hips up a little bit higher, still keeping the knees bent. Let the head be heavy here. And then maybe you can begin to walk your dog out in our downward facing dog. So release maybe the right heel down, bend that left knee nice and strong, push that right hip back, and then switch it out. So left heel maybe comes down this time, right knee dips down, push that left hip back, just stretching out the hamstrings a little bit, the calves, and then let's come back to neutral. Maybe you can begin to soften the heels down. Maybe that's not working for you today, so you can keep the heels lifted up, knees bent. And then what we're going to do is sink the hips back and down. Stay up on the toes, look forward, and then we're just going to very slowly begin to walk all the way forward into our forward fold. Keep the knees bent. We're bending only from the hips and then softening the torso and the chest onto the top of the thighs here. Toes are pointed forward if you can. Feet are about hip distance apart. Let your upper body just be heavy, hanging your sternum towards the floor. Let your head just rock back and forth. And then let's fly the arms out behind us. So we're going to extend the arms back. Press into the feet and then begin to roll all the way up, vertebra by vertebra, all the way to a standing position into our Tadasana pose. Let's reach the arms forward and up towards the sky. Fingertips nice and wide here. And then fly the arms out to the side and right behind us. Again, we're going to either clasp the elbows or clasp the hands behind us. Pull that fist or the arms down towards the floor here. Draw the tailbone down. Pull the navel up and in. Stand strong through your feet here. Draw the shoulders down, lift up through the crown of the head. And see if you can pull your heart a little bit further up towards the sky. Maybe on your next exhale, you can draw your arms away from your body, opening up your shoulders just a little bit deeper. Let's release the arms. We're going to bend at the knees and then draw the arms up towards the sky to stand back up. This time, draw your hands together into Anjali, which is pressing into the palms here. Draw your hands all the way down as you begin to hinge forward, only from the hips here, so not from the lower back. We want to keep the back nice and neutral, nice and long. We're going to bend all the way down, bend the knees, and release all the way down into our forward fold once again here. And then lengthen the head forward. Bring your hands maybe to your shins here as you lengthen through the spine. Or half lift here. Exhale, release the hands back to the floor. Let's press into the mat and then step back with your left foot. Release the left knee to the floor and curl the back toes here. Make sure that that front heel is just underneath the knee here. We're going to press into that front foot. Maybe you grab your prop to help you get up. Maybe you can bring your hands, just one on top of the knee followed by the other to bring yourself all the way up. Okay, listen to your body, move slow. So we're going to come up to our low lunge here. Toes pointed forward, knee is pointed forward as well. Breathe in. And see if you can sink the hips down a little bit further towards the floor. So what we're doing here in this low lunge pose is you'll notice a lot of tension within your left hip right here in the front. This is your psoas, your front hip flexor. This is going into a very deep stretch right now, okay? So try to keep that back glute a little bit firm to support opening up that psoas. Otherwise what happens is we just push and force and there's no support for it. Okay, so see if you can pull your tailbone down a little bit more. Press those two hands into the front leg here. And then if you can, notice your right hip crease here. See if you can draw it back a little bit. Okay, and then pull that left one forward a little more so that our upper body stays square to the front of the mat. This means including your hip bones. And then, if you will, let's bring the arms up towards the sky and then release the hands to the mat. We're gonna press that right foot straight back here into our tabletop and shift forward, release the hips to the floor, elbows are gonna come all the way back. We're gonna release the chest all the way to the floor, followed by the forehead. So we're pressing into the palms, elbows are pointed back. Roll the shoulders up and back away from the ears here. See if you can press the top of the feet into the floor. Draw that breath into your body. Again, even though we're on our belly here, we want to still lengthen through the spine. Again, see if you can draw your tailbone down towards the heels. On your next inhale, press into the hands and begin to lift the forehead, peeling the upper body forward, gazing just ahead on your mat here into our Bhujangasana pose. And then exhale, roll all the way back down. Let's inhale, roll back up again, firming the glutes into the body. Roll right back down to the floor. Begin to press into the mat with your palms, elbows point back. We're gonna lift the body up off the floor, coming back into our tabletop pose. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up, coming back into our downward facing dog. So again, you can walk your dog out here a couple times. Just noticing your breath, noticing your body sensations. Let's bend at the knees, sink the hips down, look forward, and again, we're just gonna walk a few steps all the way up to our forward fold. Feet are gonna be hip distance apart, pointed forward. Release the upper body towards the floor here into our forward fold, our Uttanasana pose. And then press into the feet. This time we're just gonna roll all the way up. very slowly, vertebra by vertebra, until you're all the way to a standing position. Reach your arms up overhead, and then draw your hands to heart center. Let's reach the arms up again. This time we're gonna fly them out to the side nice and wide as we begin to hinge forward, flying down to our forward fold again. Let's lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Again, lengthening through the crown of the head, strong in the core here. And then release the hands back down. This time we're gonna step back with the right foot. Okay, so nice and strong, step back, keep that right leg nice and strong. Let's lower the back knee and uncurl the toes. Walk the hands so they're just to the side of your left. Make sure that front knee is over top of that front heel. So go ahead and walk that foot up if you need to. And then again, you can just bring your hands on top of your left thigh to bring your body upright. All right, so just relax the shoulders down. Breathe here. This pose is gonna look different for everyone. Some of us may be in a little bit deeper, hips towards the floor. Maybe we're a little bit more upright. Okay, so everybody is different. There's no right and wrong way. Just listen to your body. Notice if there's any sharp pains going on. Go ahead and lift your body up a little bit further, all right? Use the breath to move through you, to guide you into these poses. Think of drawing that left hip back wherever you are. Pull that right hip a little bit more forward and see if you can pull the tailbone down. So think of lifting those front hip bones up a little bit further. Okay, so nice and strong in the legs here, nice and long through the upper body. If your balance seems a little wobbly here, think of really pulling the legs in towards each other to find that balance. And then let's reach the arms up towards the sky. Deep breath in here, and then exhale, bring the hands back to the floor here. Okay, what we're gonna do is press into the hands and then press that left foot straight back into our tabletop pose. If you'd like, you can come into a balasana pose, just a little resting pose, bringing the hips back towards the heels. Let's press our body right back up to our tabletop. Good, and then what we're gonna do is lower the hips again. Elbows come back, coming right back into our Bhujangasana pose. So forehead releases to the floor. Make sure the palms are pressing into the mat and they're right next to the chest here. Draw the shoulders up and away from the ears. Affirming the inner thighs in towards each other. We're gonna pull the heart forward, inhale, and then exhale. Roll it back down. Inhale, lift. Remain with the elbows pointed back here. Exhale, release it back down. Inhale to lift again. Hold it here. And then exhale, release it back down. Pressing into the palms, we're going to lift the body back up and then curl the toes and begin to lift right back up into your downward facing dog. Good job. So make sure you take a deep breath here and release. Exhale. All right, you guys. So again, what we're going to do is sink the hips down and then step all the way forward into your forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up. Reach the arms straight down towards the floor, palms open to the front. We're gonna lengthen through the arms and reach the arms back behind us. See if you can clasp the hands behind you, otherwise come in for the elbows again, and then draw the arms down towards the floor. Draw the breath in, growing nice and tall through the crown of the head. Shoulders are gonna soften down away from the ears. Inhale to grow the length. Exhale, see if you can go a little bit deeper into opening those shoulders, so pulling the arms a little bit further away from the body. Stay connected to your breath. Stay strong in your stance here. Just pressing the feet evenly into all 4 points into the floor. Make sure you're staying balanced and you're not moving your hips side to side. So stay strong in the hips, pulling them in towards the midline. So think of really contracting the inner thighs together here. And then again, drawing that tailbone down towards the mat. Notice the energy building up in the arms here, even in the legs, even though all we're doing is just standing here. And your next inhale, release the arms, reach them forward. Ah, feels good. And then up towards the sky here. Let's fly the arms out to the sides here. What we're going to do is bend all the way into our Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, reach the head forward, and then press the hands into the mat. Let's step back with the left foot. Again, lower the knee down, uncurl the toes. See if you can lift the body up without bringing the hands onto the knee maybe this time, if that works for you. If not, go ahead and use your knee to elevate up. And to reach the arms up towards the sky. Inhale to reach up taller, and then fly the arms out to the side. And then again, either you're going to reach for the elbows or see if you can maybe even clasp your fist this time. Draw the shoulders back. Exhale, pull that navel up and in. Stay nice and strong in the legs here. So we're using our front hamstring here to really stabilize. Think of dragging that front heel back just a little bit and see if you can open up that left psoas just a little bit more, that front hip flexor area. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stay with the breath. Again, squeeze the legs in towards each other. Your next inhale, release the arms, reach them back up, and then let's bring them back down to the mat. This time what we're going to do is lift that back knee up and see if you can step that left foot or drag it all the way forward, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, let's reach all the way up, stand straight up here. Arms are going to come up, and then draw your hands to heart center. Exhale. Arms come right back up, and then let's fly the arms out to the side, opening the shoulders up. Let's hinge forward into our forward fold, Uttanasana. Lift halfway up, so use your shins if needed. Pressing your hands into your shins. What you don't want to do is press your hands into your knees, okay? We want to keep the quads, the front thighs here active, lifting to keep the knees bent just a little bit. Exhale to forward fold. Bring your hands into the mat. This time we're going to step back with, you know what? The right foot. Lower the right knee down and curl the toes to point backwards. And then again, if you can maybe press into that front heel that's directly under the knee to reach the arms forward and up. Otherwise, you can bring your hands again right back onto your knee here to lift up. And then when you're ready, let's fly the arms out to the side and reach for either your fist or your elbows. Same thing. Other side. Notice your hip bones. Is the right one maybe pulling back? See if you can pull it forward a little bit more so that both hip bones are level to the front of your mat here. And see if you can think about dragging that left heel. We're not really dragging it, but we're thinking about it. Pressing the foot into the floor and just activating that hamstring. When we think of dragging it back, you'll notice the back of the leg really firing up. Make sure that front knee is pointing in the same direction as your foot. Hopefully it's forward. And if this is a little too intense for you, you can walk that left foot out just a little bit further for more stability, okay? Breathe in and breathe out. Keep that right glute nice and strong to support that front stretch in that right side. Let's inhale, bring the arms right back up and hinge forward. Bring the hands straight down to the mat. Let's curl the back toes and lift that back knee up. And then again, see if you can maybe drag or step that right foot forward into your forward fold. Let's roll all the way up. Arms are going to come out to the side, straight up to the sky. Draw your hands into Samastiti, pressing into the palms right down to your heart. Bring your thumbs to your heart. Notice the heartbeat. Take a deep breath in. See if you can think about maybe softening the heartbeat down. Knowing your heart is working so hard to just pump this blood through you, get that energy moving through your body right now. Keep the breath moving through you as well. Let's inhale to reach the arms up to the sky. And then again, we're gonna fly all the way down into our forward fold. Lift halfway up into our Ardha. My plant is right in front of my face here, so I keep whacking my head into my plant. Let's step left foot followed by your right foot into a plank pose, and then lower the knees, and we're gonna sit all the way back here. Let's bring our feet out to the side, and we're just gonna scoot to the middle of the mat here. So feet are pressing into the mat here, toes pointed forward, knees pointed up. Let's reach the arms forward, use your core and roll all the way back, nice and slow, until you're able to release your head to the floor. Let's bring the arms just alongside your body. So let's tuck the shoulder blades underneath of you, and then think of pulling your shoulders down to allow space within the neck. Notice the space that you're holding between your lower back and the mat here. We're going to pull the tailbone down towards the heels, and then go ahead and walk the heels so they're just underneath your knees here. Take a deep breath in, bring your palms to the mat here so they're pressing into the mat. Press into the top of the arms and the palms, and we're going to very carefully inhale to lift the hips up just a little bit here, coming into our bridge pose, our Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. So just inhale here. Again, draw the tailbone to the back of the knees this time since we're lifting the hips up. Make sure you have space within the neck. And then just gaze down and notice your knees. Make sure your knees are in line with your hips. They're not falling out to the side or falling in. We want to stay nice and strong in the integrity of our knees, staying level with the hips here. And go ahead and exhale, release the hips down. All right, that was the first time, so let's go for our second time. Go ahead and lift the hips up again. So again, make sure the knees are in line with the hips here. We're gonna pull the shoulders down, make space in the neck. This time, see if you can asymmetrically just drag those heels back a little bit towards your shoulders here. That's gonna fire up your hamstrings, your glute muscles, and your lower back. So we're strengthening the lower back here. Soften the ribs into the body, and just breathe here. Maybe you can bring the arms in a little closer towards the midline. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, breathe in through the nose. As you breathe out, let's slowly roll down to the mat again. Okay, last time here, what we're gonna do is press to lift the hips up a little bit further this time. What we want is to make sure that the knees all the way down to the shoulders is one long line. So we don't wanna lift up further with the hips because then we'll be arching. We wanna keep everything nice and long here in one straight line, okay? So think of pulling the side hips in. Again, tailbone down. This time walk the arms in a little bit closer, and either you're going to reach for each elbow like you've been doing, or maybe you want to try going for a full clasp this time. You can draw the bottom pinky in so you're not crushing it, and then really press into the arms here. Notice how you're pressing into the back of the shoulders here. So we want to pull the shoulders down to allow space in the neck. And we want to keep that navel drawing into the spine to stay nice and strong in the core. The ribs soften into the body so we're not arching in the back. We want to keep the knees in line with the body to make sure that we're protecting our knees. And draw the tailbone down towards the back of the knees so we're elongating through the spine so we're not causing any tension or pressure. Nice deep breath in here. Exhale, go ahead and release the hands to the side. We're going to very carefully roll back down to the floor. Let's go ahead and lift the knees up towards the chest here. You can bring your hands just around the knees, or you can wrap the arms around the legs here, the shins. And just take a deep breath here. Relax in your Apanasana. Maybe you rock your legs side to side. Just a little massage in the lower back. Deep breath in. Let it go. Go ahead and release the arms just out to the side to make a T. Palms can face up, just allowing that energy to move through you. Bring the bottom of the feet back to the floor. Lift the hips to move them to the right side just a little bit, and let the knees just fall over to your left side. A little gentle twist. Take a deep breath in. Slow, controlled breath out. Just let everything be heavy here. Switch it out. So lift the hips to move them over to the left just a little bit, and allow the knees to fall to the right side this time. You may notice that your body is holding tension in one side a little more than the other, and know that that's normal, and that's why we're here. We're noticing our body and all the areas that may be a little bit imbalanced, so that way then we know what to work on for the future. Just noticing how the body is and appreciating where it is, because your body is exactly where it's supposed to be for a reason today. Last breath in and exhale. Let's draw the knees back up. Move the hips in line with the body, and then what we're going to do is very carefully make our way to a seated position. You can roll back up, reverse what we did at the beginning, or you can roll to one side. Use your top palm to press yourself back up. Let's come into an easy seated pose, so cross-leg pose here. Bring your palms just to your knees, facing up towards the sky. Sit up nice and tall through the spine, heart right over your hips here, head over your heart. Close the eyes. Go ahead and bring your palms together in Anjali. Draw your thumbs to your heart. And then let's drop our chin down towards our heart. Take one final breath in and exhale. Just honoring yourself for finding the time to dedicate towards your body, towards your mind, towards your breath. I hope you enjoyed this flow, and I hope to see you again. Namaste.